It's 7 o'clock.
Mine's a 6.
Mine says 7.
Exactly 7.
That says we got a minute.
Nope, 7 o'clock.
That's slow.
That's a 7:01.
Now it's 7:01.
It is 7 o'clock.
There, mine was what's up.
No?
Okay,
It's 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock is here. It looks like we're gonna call this meeting to order. We're gonna start with the pledge of allegiance and then we're gonna open our public hearing for the grant application. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now just a moment in silence and prayer. BBC. So Charles, we have Charles Bailey, from Community Development Block Grant. He's gonna, if you'd like to stand up and talk to us about it, that'd be great.
I'm Charles Bailey. I'm the housing director of Delaware Opportunities. Here's some grant proposals that I typed up. Could do it. Anyone else not interested?
We did print some and leave over there.
Oh, good. Oh, yes. Very good. Delaware Opportunities has been working with the town board for a couple of years now, preparing and developing a grant application for a specific type of federal funding called CDBG, a Community Development Block Grant. It's federal money that originates with HUD, then it passes through a state office called the Office of Community Renewal, OCR. Then it filters down to municipalities, and the grant that we're designing and proposing to apply for is designed to do single-family, owner-occupied housing rehabilitation. So we're targeting a potential of 12 properties in the town of Sidney with a total grant value of $750,000. The way that breaks out is each house would receive something like $51,000 to receive necessary repairs. I'd like to make the distinction that this isn't like a home makeover. We're moving into these houses so that we can repair problems that the houses have. There are certain things that we have to address with CDBG funding. One example is lead-based paint hazards. All of these houses will be tested for lead-based paints, which is present on the vast majority of the houses that Delaware Opportunities works on. The average house in Delaware County was built in 1969, 10 years before lead-based paints were outlawed. So most of the houses we'll work on will have lead-based paint. Depending on the total value of the individual house, the individual house receives, that lead can be addressed a couple of different ways, but the lead risk will be reduced when we walk away from the house. That's a bedrock requirement of CDBG. Another example is radon. Every house will be tested for radon. If radon is present, a radon mitigation system will be installed. Asbestos has to be addressed if it's friable and we're disturbing the surface. So that's kind of like we might have to address it, we might not have to address it. Code violations, when we walk away from these properties, the properties won't be able to have any open code violations. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to bring the house up to modern code standards, but we're going to deal with anything that's open and on record and a problem. Beyond that, you can think of it a bit like a triage approach. We try to address the most significant problems that the house might have. We look at the major systems, the roof, the electric, the HVAC, foundations. We actually do quite a few foundations, it feels like. And then any safety issues. A lot of handrails. We install a lot of ramps for accessibility modifications. The idea is when we walk away from the house will be in a better condition. The house won't need any major repairs immediately. And the homeowner will be safer and hopefully happier living in the house. The homeowners will sign what's called a declaration of interest in property, which is a lien that will be filed against the property for a period of 5 years. The lien is not a mortgage. You don't make payments on a monthly basis for these grants. The lien is there so that if the deed changes hands in the subsequent 5 years after the grant is awarded, some of that money might have to be repaid to the state. The amount repaid is calculated based on how much time has elapsed since the original grant was awarded. It's prorated 20% per year until the 5 years is up. We applied for this grant last year and our grant wasn't selected, but we had a very productive meeting with the state. In sometime over the winter. I remember there was snow on the ground. I don't remember exactly when it was. They advised us several ways that we could strengthen our application. All of the costs for both developing the application and for getting the program started are fronted by Delaware Opportunities. So there's no cost to the town and there's no cost to the residents who receive the grant. There's no out-of-pocket costs for households that apply for and receive these grants. The application actually was just announced last week. The state as a whole received $11 million in CDBG funding. The application will be open on July the 11th, and the application will be due on September the 23rd. So we can't actually look at the application yet to see if anything has changed from last year. But usually from year to year, the changes that they make to the application process are not terribly substantial. So this meeting opens a period of public comment. I believe that we arranged for the comments to be written to Mr. Green, and those public comments can be submitted to next week, I believe. And if anyone has any questions about the CDBG grant, I will attempt to answer them. It's a very complicated program. The admin plan for CDBG is about 800 pages. So I don't know that I can answer every question about it tonight, but I can attempt to answer any questions that you might have. Yes,
So, comments can be submitted until when?
I believe it's next Friday.
Okay, and who do we submit them?
You submit them in writing to Mr. Green.
Okay, and can you give your email address?
Sure. K Green, with an E at the end. At town of Sidney, ny.gov.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
I would ask the board to consider a resolution to waive permit fees for these permits for this grant.
Make that motion.
1 second.
Who's
All in
second?
favor? Great. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Thank you.
Could you say that again? I couldn't hear you.
Go ahead.
I requested that the board give me authority to waive the permit fees for
Oh,
these grants for the permits.
thank you.
Are these for single family homes or?
Yes, sir. The way the program is designed is we're going to attempt to help single family owner occupied. So the applicants will have to demonstrate that it is their primary residence. And that's according to HUD's definition of what a primary residence is, which effectively boils down to they spend 6 months plus 1 day in that house. To be honest, the vast majority of people who apply to our grants, they just live there year round. It's their house. You don't see a whole lot of people applying for second homes.
Now this covers, mainly HUD related, updates or, I mean, does this cover insulation for them or?
So that's a good question. And the answer is kind of yes and no. We operate under a budget. So effectively, we try to do everything that is required by the program and then whatever we can with the remaining budget. So as I was saying, there are certain things that we have to address with every house, the lead, the radon if present, asbestos if we're disturbing it, open code violations, those have to be addressed on every property. Beyond that, whatever budget is left over, we try to address the most pressing needs of the house first. If we can't do installation services through this grant, we typically make a referral to Delaware Opportunities Weatherization Department, who also does installation. They have a whole separate process that they go through. So hopefully every house could get installation upgrades either through the grant or through another program through Delaware Opportunities. And it is sometimes the case that we administer a grant, a family gets a grant, we go through, we do all the rehab that we can, we walk away from the house and there's still things that the house needs. If that's the case, our first attempt is to pair them with another grant we might be administering at the moment. And if not, we always maintain a waiting list of residents from all over Delaware County who are in need of further home repairs.
That's good.
All right, very good. Well, I thank you all for your time. I thank the board for giving me this time. I'm gonna drive through the thunderstorms.
It's great, safe.
I'm just.
All right, anybody else have any other questions or? Yeah, we don't need to vote on, you've already done that, so it's just officially, declare we close this public hearing. And
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Okay, let's, now we will open our town board meeting. Start with, the approval of the board minutes from the meeting held on May 14th.
Make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Okay, I'll put my glasses on here. Remember. Okay, general aid fund 26-158 through 26-198, the amount of $22,515.90.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
You know.
all in favor?
Aye.
Carried. General B fund 26-11 through 26-12, in the amount of $529.26.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second, all in favor? Aye. Carried. Sidney lighting, 26-31 through 26-40 in the amount of $4,151.76.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. All right, Sidney Center lighting, 26-6 in the amount of $376.85.
I'll make the motion. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Total general fund vouchers are $27,573.77. Highway DA fund, 26-65 through 26-79, the amount of $13,036.16.
Make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Highway DV fund, 26-10 through 26-15, in the amount of $33,688 even.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Carried. So total highway fund vouchers are $46,724.16. Lastly, CM Hospital Fund 26-88 through 26-105 in the amount of $27,129.30.
I'll make the motion. I can second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Total vouchers paid are $101,427.23. Okay, moving on to correspondence.
I don't have it. Somebody else does.
Okay. All right, reports distributed. You want to start with?
Well, I collected $1,306 for the month of May. Do you want me to keep continuing and then let Frank? know?
Yeah, all
Okay.
right, that's fine.
So, I do have to ask the board, for a motion. I think we all received an email from Penny a while ago regarding, ROA. It's, our standard workday. It's through the New York State Comptroller's Office. That's actually just to show them our hours that we work. We do a 3 months. We have to show a 3 month, like 3 months consistent of what we do. So I'm asking the board for a motion for to comply with a resolution for our standard workday and reporting resolution for elected and appointed officers. So,
I'll take the motion. Yep.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Very good.
thank you. And,
We can submit that by,
I have to submit it by July. It's just that I have to get somebody, I have to speak to everybody that does the ROAs, which is usually all of the elected officers or people that are appointed that are through, it's actually through our retirement system. That's what it is for. As long as you're appointed or you're elected, not as an employee of the town. So And that is basically all I have to go right now.
Okay,
And I will go back to Cody's.
all right.
Cody's on a family vacation. I'm Cody tonight.
Hello, Cody.
The highway crew has been busy replacing cross culvert pipes and roadside mowing throughout the town. The 2026 CHIPS funding has been approved from the state. This funding will help support our ongoing road maintenance projects. Our roadside mower is currently out of service due to a major breakdown. In order to maintain our mowing schedule, we have secured a rental mower, $6,000 a month. Our current roadside mower is a 1993 model and its reliability has become a significant concern. Additionally, with the restrictions and reduced use of glyphosate for roadside vegetation control, we are now required to mow more frequently than in years past. Increased demand places additional strain on our equipment and our further supports the need for replacement. That being said, I'm requesting a motion from the board authorizing the purchase of a new roadside mower from account DB 5112-4. The maximum expenditure not to exceed $140,000. It will be purchased off state contract pricing. We also need to place an order for another 10-wheel dump truck. I don't know why I got this, he's not here. As everyone is aware, equipment costs continue to rise and lead times remain lengthy. We have a truck on board for 3 years ago. Work performed by the highway department requires specialized equipment, and maintaining a reliable fleet is central to providing services efficiently and safely to our residents. Thank you, Cody Weaver. So that being said, I'll make the motion that we let buy a mower. The big mower was,
The flail mower.
yeah, the arm on it, stuff.
I'll second
Cause they've been using two,
Yeah, and this is a dual headed one, so it'll be,
cause they have
More
a track, a John Deere, plus they have the other one that,
Yeah, one is not the arm, the other one is.
it's a disc mower.
They want to get one.
and then they'll sell the surplus one there, and they've got some repairs they're gonna have to do on
I
that.
wonder why they were using two different
Yeah.
units.
That pad.
Did you, wait a minute, you both,
Motion.
okay,
it. Seconded.
and you seconded it, right,
All
Paul?
in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Great, and we'll hold off on the truck until the next meeting. It's not
Okay.
gonna be that pressing. We haven't even gotten the one we ordered 3 years ago, so.
Okay. Okay, page 2. The Teamsters, we had a health fund audit here in town of Sidney from 2019 to 2025. And we passed the audit, there's a few hiccups, but, we're in compliance. Very interesting, moving on, we're fine with that. Also, the town of Sidney is requesting fuel bids. Be the reporter shortly, bids are due by July 6th. This is for bus fuel, for building fuel, propane. Bids are open on July 8th at 10 o'clock in the morning. And it'll be awarded at the meeting on July 9th, so it's the next board meeting, the bids will be awarded.
You may want to agree, I don't know if anybody, in reference to the reporter, they actually had the winning bids there from the village, which were substantially less than what they were 2 months ago, had we done it then, so. It's,
I need a,
that, you know, what's prompting us.
Yes.
I need a motion
Reporter
to
coming
place,
from-
I need a motion to be able to place that, a notice in the paper.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Do you have to spell out the dates for her, or no, not yet?
Yeah, right here.
He already gave them to
Okay.
me. I already gave him, he already sent them. Did you,
Okay.
did you
I
get
didn't know
that,
if she
Sarah?
needed a copy or not, but it'll.
Did you get the dates? Yes, I thought you did. She's
Okay.
pretty good.
Good.
Next.
Hospital, there again. We had, it was really cool, we had, put a big section of roof on in the hospital, doing it over, and we had 5 bids on there. And I'm gonna read the bids to you in the award. AB Construction, Winning Point was $176,000. Consolidated Resource Northeast from Athens, PA was $224,000. WM Roofing from Binghamton was $231,000, $231,900. Titan Roofing out of Springfield, Massachusetts was $230,900. Precision Roofing from Southfields, New York. $324,000 for this roof. Bid was awarded to AB Construction. For 176.
You guys gotta vote on that.
And maybe Nate can kind of reiterate who they are, so that we know that they're reputable and so forth, which. Go ahead.
AB Construction, back in 2012, they did a roof for us up there. And the thing's still immaculate. And they come in with the best price, so we know their work, so I'm not worried about it one bit, so.
Yep.
But you guys gotta vote.
Yeah, they have to have, I had to have a motion.
Okay,
It's a word.
I'll second.
Who made the motion?
All
Then
all in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Okay,
Now, once we go about notifying, I'll go about notifying them and paperwork with Sheila and get that first straight.
what did the PFC on tomorrow, on Monday? So.
I'll call the owner there.
this is, if you wanna just let everybody know what the part of the roof it is, I guess, if.
The lobby section of the hospital out front and one section of the old nursing home, there's 3 sections up there. And, stuff not cheap, so we do what we do.
Then we'll have to do another section for most likely next year and continue until it's done, and then it'll probably be time to do it all over again. Yeah.
Or if they're done right, they should hold up, and we're
Yeah.
showing that some of them do, so.
So also at the hospital, we've met with a very good potential tenant here that I'm guessing most likely will materialize, and we'll be able to hopefully announce that at the next meeting, so. But they're looking for anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 square feet, and they looked at it once prior, and so it's a real good thing. It'd be very good for good use for the building, and they're certainly welcome in the community, that's for sure.
And while we're on kind of that working here, we are starting to insulate the attic up here in front. The box almost done, but we got on top of it, hoping it's gonna help, get an idea what it's gonna do and not gonna do, so.
And Nate had a great idea with the leftover insulation and I don't know, combination of, but I'll let you explain.
Well,
Your idea was a good idea.
when we figured out the square footage for the roof, there's like a 6-foot section that's kind of just soffit here, so there's no place to put the insulation. So we've got extra of what we figured. It's gonna be about 24 sheets, and the 3rd floor of the hospital, the windows are like real drafty. We're gonna take it up there and we can stop it in, it'll be dark, you can turn the lights on, but it's gotta help with the heat up there. And
It's
that's
an area that we don't use and.
Yeah, it's like storage and stuff like that, so. We're gonna try it.
Nice.
Cool.
Great. All right, I know,
Oh, the fuel tank got taken out of it too.
yes,
We did,
Oh, they did that?
this week we did,
How'd it work out?
easy peasy.
cool.
Yeah,
And they've already gotten the testing results for,
they had to send away the samples, but everything looked good, they said, they sniffed it and took the samples and said fill it in, so.
Good.
They had another job here in town, they loved it, they were in and out, they went right over to Marabito when they were done, so.
perfect. Terrific, let's see here. Bookkeeper Karen was in town this week, to meet with, do you wanna explain what transpired with the union audit and for the insurance?
You just did.
Oh, they did, sorry, I'm sorry, Karen was here fortunately at the same time there.
We were very lucky.
And it's not from town, yes.
Our
Worked out good.
accountant.
Yeah.
I was here for it, was thrilled.
All right, so let's see, if we have to. The reports, unless you've got anything you already done with everything you do.
I'm good.
You're good, okay. Back to Frank.
Now we're back to insurance. Or are you done with the hospital?
I'm going to hospital, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, highway, you already did.
I'm lost. Oh,
All right, so insurance.
Yeah, so, I sent an email out to Karen Buckley from Nymer is gonna come this Monday at 2 o'clock. For anyone that's interested, they have like different programs that they do, different kinds of trainings that they offer. So she's just gonna do like a little presentation on how people can do that. So anyone that's, on the board or 2 p.m. Yep, right here on the 15th. Any town employees or anybody that, wants to be involved in it or look at it, especially board members.
Who, you're in the insurance committee?
Yep.
Like when did they ever go look at the hospital?
Yeah.
I didn't know if they did.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But like, if stuff starts aging, does that cost you guys more, or if you reduce stuff, does it help? Like the roofs,
Right.
I don't know.
I'll definitely mention that when I see her on Monday, that, hey, we're getting.
There's less chance of a leak, we got no roofs or whatever, so.
Sure.
Usually it have to be all the roofs, cannot just a section.
Go little by little, it seems like they say, okay, that's not gonna be a problem, so.
I think that's why most, I know Attic Lines always did that, you know, or they just do a section each year or every other. All right, zoning,
Um. The meeting is coming Monday, and the comprehensive plan will be at 6 o'clock. We're doing a meeting at 7. Under, planning and zoning, I called the fellow from Army Corps of Engineers. I called him in April. He's supposed to get back to me, he said, don't be in a hurry. I had a meeting tonight, so I called him anyway. He said that he's gonna give us information on who to contact, and I'm gonna pass it on to Delaware County Parks and Recreation. Cause that's their thing, so they can work with the EC Lake to get the walking trails established, cause there's a lot of legal stuff going on with it, I guess. You know, anyways, there's that, and,
I got some stuff here.
yeah, well, I think I wanna report on the money for the dispensary that we got from tax money from the dispensary was $4,578 in April.
sales
7,000
tax revenue.
Yeah,
We're not partnering.
7,107.69 in May, and it's targeted for highway funds, so,
It's 12 more.
you know, that's good. Okay, one more thing. I've got an assessor's report now, and we don't have an assessor line on here. But I kind of, said I would read it. And bear with me because there's a lot of numbers on here. It's legislative updates, 458, a seriously disabled veterans exemption update. Recently signed 2026-2027 New York State budget includes an amendment to subdivision 11, section 458A, and bill number S9009-C, part E. Most notably, subdivision 11 now provides a full exemption at local option to qualifying veterans who are considered permanently employed disabled as a result of service. New start letters are hitting mailboxes. Department of Tax and Finance is mailing a new letter, the RP 5300 AGE, to impacted star exemption residents. Recipients of this letter are not eligible for enhanced star, as none of the resident property owners meet the age requirement. DTF is also continuing to mail the following letter to impacted star recipients across the state. RP 5300-RES, recipients of this letter are not eligible for any star benefit. One of the following reasons related to residency. DTF is unable to confirm the property is the primary residence of any of the owners. They indicated that they are receiving a benefit for a primary resident in another state. Rental income reported on their income tax return indicates that the property may be occupied by a tenant, may not be the primary residence of any owners, or the registered receives a star benefit for multiple properties and listed them as the primary residence. If you are contacted by a property owner about any of these letters, please direct them to the Star Resource Center. Scheduled assessor continuing education. Modeling using the real property system database for valuation, virtual attendance. Okay, they're gonna watch this online. Emerging topics and assessment of community Ithaca. Ongoing work. They're updating property records for new sales, owner's name and addresses, building permits, assessments and data collection. Dina has set up a Starlink mini mobile internet connection for use in a vehicle, enabling access to and updates of property records in the field. Follow me? System is currently being tested and further updates will be shared as they become available. And we shared that with some other towns. Respectfully, Penny Had Assessor, Dean Smith Clerk.
Great.
That's it for zoning and planning.
What was that one number in there? That was all.
It's terrible. I know. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was just wondering, now, on that RP 5300, is that gonna, like, if the service person, was totaled and they passed away, would that be retroactive to their spouse?
That'd be a question for the assessor.
Okay.
I would think so, but. I would think it could be.
I don't think so. But that you, Penny and Jean will be here tomorrow from 8 o'clock till noon.
You always ask good question.
So you could, or you can call, but they're here on Mondays and Fridays.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You would think that, because he's like social security goes to your spouse, right?
But I think the way I understand it is that if you're a veteran, you get the exemption. But if you're not, I don't see how you would get the exemption.
Now we'll find out.
Yeah, me?
Holly?
Yes. Hey, so I wasn't here last month and I apologize, but I did look, I watched the video. And there were two issues that came up with planning and zoning. One is the data center. Okay, putting data centers in Sydney. I was, in all these three topics, I've been pulled in like 20 different directions from multiple constituents out there, including other towns. And what our stance is. I know Frank mentioned putting moratorium in place. They last a year. And the state is looking to put a moratorium in place too, but my sentiments on this, I think we should ban it. Put a complete ban in Sydney, so no data centers come in, they don't come to us. It's out there and the hell with it. Sorry, that's how I feel. And I'm a technology consultant. And I've been watching a lot of this. No. No, especially the impact it's gonna have on a water supply. And with the hydrofracking looming in the background, it's almost like an attack on a water supply. It's really bothering me. So I'm asking the board if we could do a resolution to just ban fracking, ban the data centers.
Yeah, too.
We'll get there. That's next year. I'm asking the board for a resolution to ban, data centers in Sydney, and we'll have a public hearing next month.
Or battery storage?
No, we're talking about the data center.
Okay. I'll
Battery center.
It's the data center first.
make a motion.
Is that a motion?
To have a public hearing?
Well, to ban data centers, no, have a public hearing. Can we do it that way?
So what you have to do is how I understand how you do this is that you can have a motion to have a public hearing regarding banning the data centers.
Right.
That is, and then you have to have that public hearing, listen to the people, and then you can motion if you're gonna put the resolution
Right.
in place to ban the data centers.
So I'll second the motion to have a public hearing.
It's a three.
Wait, who battery storage is that?
I'm sorry.
We have a year before, so we're fine.
So,
The state has a
The
moratorium.
process is a 3-month process to get it, brought before the board in your public hearing. And
so we brought it up now, so we're gonna motion to have a public hearing regarding banning the data centers in the town of Sydney. And we'll have that, and at that meeting, we can have a motion and have a resolution and pass it if they want to ban the data centers in the town. of Sydney.
the public and stuff, right?
It's gotta be and I gotta put the resolution in the paper and for the public
Right,
hearing. Yeah,
exactly. Those would be a
Yeah.
couple of paper articles.
right,
Do I
So
have a
we-
motion for the public hearing?
yes, and I need that.
Are you wanna do them separately?
I'm doing these separately.
Okay, so let's do the motion for the public hearing for the data center resolution.
Okay,
Okay, so who motioned that?
I made the motion.
And
I
then,
second it.
and you seconded it, right, Andy? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that.
All in favor?
I'll favor, I,
I,
Awesome.
Everybody said it, ready
Thank
for
you
that?
so much, yeah.
everybody said aye.
I can't hear sometimes.
So,
Uh, now in the zoning, we have regulations for solar. You know that, right?
Yeah.
We have, yeah, it's nice out there.
Is it thundering or is it them?
That's
No, that's
not thunder.
remember, you can't hear.
Everybody's windows rolled up. You wanna go, anybody wanna go check? We can pause for a moment.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
My sunroof is down. So that's okay.
You better go.
Go ahead. There's no issue.
Go shine.
What's
Yeah.
down?
Can you go check and see if my sunroof is down? So
What
you,
happens if it is?
the keys are in my purse. I've known Nate for years. He keeps, he's known me.
Wait.
Okay, never mind then.
No, if
You have a wet ride home.
Probably,
Never mind.
probably still wanna get it done.
Yeah,
That's right.
usually if it rains, if it doesn't go in it, so.
It looks full, it's pouring.
Okay, never mind.
Is it pouring or hailing?
Okay, next.
It's raining or hailing?
Raining, heavy.
It's supposed to hail.
Oh, we need it rain.
We need the
My
water.
car needs to be washed anyway.
It's
Inside
getting
and out.
washed. It's raining pretty hard out.
Right, Paul, what's next?
What's that?
The second is battery storage facilities.
So, okay, battery storage.
Again, I was listening to the last meeting and I saw something running around of putting a moratorium in place for battery storage. If it's a moratorium, that means we're waiting to see what's happening.
Yeah.
Why? How many people here want a battery storage facility in Sydney?
Let me back up a bit. I'm not sure if I do. I mean,
I
you
don't
have
either.
solar, you would need it if you had enough solar power. I mean, the battery storage is for excess, capacity that comes from renewables like solar. So what have you got in place right now?
We have regulations on panels.
You do have
Right,
regulations.
but we don't have regulations on battery storage.
But do you have in place something that identifies an excess that a battery storage might be beneficial for? I mean,
I
I'm
just
just, I'm
think, you know,
confused.
Good point, though.
This is, this is not residential, this is commercial.
No, I'm talking commercial,
Yeah, but
What happens is excess battery storage
yes.
gets fed back to NICEAG. When they need it, they pull it from battery storage. That's how, it's very simple. It's almost like the town's on a battery, or NICEAG grids on a battery. The problem with batteries is, number one, lithium is finite. Lithium fires, you just let them burn. Because you're not gonna put it
Can't put them
out.
on.
You just can't put them out. And you don't want a lithium fire here. We have enough catastrophes here.
But it's not the only technology. It's.
I think that we need to clarify that too.
What's the, thing on solar panels? You said there's a.
We have regulations in the zoning laws for the solar panels.
It primarily focuses on residential.
But a lot of businesses might have their own internal battery backup to eliminate the need.
That's fine.
Right, but
That's
just to clarify between the
We're
two.
talking about like acres of battery storage, and we're not like a battery on somebody's wall.
Like, I think Camden actually had something, you probably know better than I, was actually substantial. I think it got tabled, but I'm not.
You know what bothers me most about all this? We're all concerned about the environment, the trees again, we need trees, blah, blah, you don't wanna cut down the forest, and all this. Meanwhile, I have all these solar companies coming in here, clear cutting acres and acres and acres of land. For power that you only get for 4 months out of this year. I have solar panels on my roof. I just, in September, my electric bill starts going back up. It goes back down in May.
The only panels I see are like in open pastures on farms
Yeah, those
or
are,
in the parking lot here.
yeah, those are residential.
I haven't seen any clear cutting.
It's happening in parts of New
I'm
York.
talking,
Parts of New York, it's happened already.
But a lot of the incentives are going away that you're gonna see that.
But
slow
then
down.
there's also the possibilities with, I feel like this has become an issue because of the data centers. Unfortunately, I feel like this has all been coordinated.
you're exactly
It's
right.
jumping on it, and while I am in total support of a moratorium on data centers, I'm sure everybody knows the reasons why, we don't have to question those. I'm concerned about this movement of people that have been coming out and saying, we can't have solar, we can't have solar on farmlands. I'm not opposed to that, I'm fine not having that. The issue is that people are saying, we need to have a moratorium, we need to ban it, when in actuality, there are alternatives. We've got, what about impermeable, concrete? your areas that are not being, that are not being used, roofs, commercial roofs. Why is that not being looked at? Everybody seems to be thinking that this is it, we can't have it. I'm in total support of solar energy
Oh, so
being,
I have no
absolutely.
problem. I don't think anyone on this board has a problem with solar energy.
Well,
We have a
part
problem.
of the issue I thought was, see, I got confused with the intent of the meeting. I thought it was to put a ban on it.
No, we're
That
not
you were-
banning so,
That you were doing a moratorium for not only, that's why I was confused, not only the
Data
data
center.
centers, but for, commercial solar and then
no,
battery.
commercial battery storage.
Just commercial, like Handed just recently had, like, I forgot, it was a huge plant, just sold for the sole purpose of being, yeah, but I think it's gotten,
So they
Put on the
put
back
down
burner right
acres
now.
and acres and acres and acres of forest, but 5 megawatts of power. Where's the carbon footprint being fixed?
That doesn't necessarily, but if you're saying that, why can you not consider the alternative? Don't take the trees down, have it be in property. You've got a lot of impermeable property in the town of Sydney that's just sitting there. I don't know, I'm
no, I don't think he's
This is.
not talking about that, like, I just put 200 panels on my.
I have solar.
Building they built for free. No, in the business.
Oh, the business,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You could put it in the old Grand Union.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
You've got all this open space there that.
You really-
I'm not.
Yes, Colleen.
Colleen, you have a question?
I think he just,
I will fix this. in a second.
I mean, I guess if you're considering it, then you would be, if you were considering doing the same thing without us going around in circles here, you would be doing a public hearing again, and would that be the case?
Yes, it's going to be,
Because I
you
would
have,
be
yes.
definitely
That's great.
part of that, so, why, carry on.
Please, Colleen.
Just gonna say that Paul hasn't had a chance to say anything about we don't know what he's about to say about batteries
That's
yet.
that's how it works.
So why don't we let him say what he has to say?
Again, we're not talking about solar panels.
And then if there's going to be a.
We're not talking about, we're not talking
we can
about
have
panels
these
pointing to the sun, collecting
At
energy.
that point in time,
Not, I don't have a
and
problem.
hopefully listen to people talking. And not talk over them. Yeah, so what is it that you wanna say, Paul?
Okay, I would like to propose a ban on lithium battery storage in the town of Sydney.
Perfect.
but we may need to clarify.
Yes,
Because-
during the public hearing, we'll have a whole write-up for you guys, so you understand where I'm coming from.
When is a public hearing?
Next month.
It's gonna be, so we'll have it, instead I'll put it in the paper, so the public hearing for both of these will be at in the July meeting, which is July 9th.
Okay.
But I need a motion for this now. For a public hearing for the
I'll make that
battery,
motion.
and who's gonna second it?
I'll second
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, Eric.
No, all I'm saying is, just the differentiate between the two. Because most people with the demand meter especially in our area, in order to get rid of your demand meter from your electric bill there, you have to have your own internal battery storage.
At home.
Right, you're talking about like.
I'm talking about
outside.
an industry coming and say, hey, I want your forest, that 100 acres, gonna turn into.
Right, so just
Yeah.
to clarify,
No, I don't wanna see trees come down.
yeah. It is.
But the argument that safety value is actually the same because 100 acres of it and an acre of it, I mean, an acre for a private unit is going to have the same danger ratio. We need to think about that. Not that they shouldn't have storage. I think they do. Personally, I think we should be upping the fire department to be able to deal with it in a different way. So maybe that's one of the things that wants to go into this language. Because lithium batteries are.
One of the challenges, you just brought up a good point with fire departments, one of my main paper suppliers, but I mean, like a monstrous solar system. Whatever they say, they lost their insurance company, raised their rates because when it comes to firefighting, you can't like kill the switch, they're still. Putting power, yeah, it's really dangerous, so it's, whatever they saved, they lost, unfortunately, it was down in New Jersey.
Right, so it rolls out. Well, I'll have a whole thing for you next month, but this here, right here, is probably gonna make everybody happy.
Wait a minute, Bob has a question though.
Oh, yeah.
I was just gonna mention that, here about a week ago, it was on RFD that out in Kentucky. they had just built 2 96-acre factory storage facilities. And now they're empty because they couldn't supply enough cooling.
It
Wow.
affects it in so many different ways.
Yeah, I mean, we're around here, can you set down a 90-acre building? There isn't a farm around here that's got a flat big enough for 90
Right,
acres.
exactly, that's the same
I
thing
mean,
with data
this is,
centers.
this
Data
is what
centers
we
are
want to
starting to
get
use.
away from. And eliminate around here because you're gonna be bulldozing hills over just to be leveling out. Just to be able to put a building in to store batteries.
This is my point.
No.
However, so, yeah, now this other topic I have here is it's been around for a while. Again, I got pulled in different directions, my phone links for this one too. I don't like that. I don't wanna bring this up, but, I'm gonna ask, before I even go any further, I wanna let you all know, one of the things I got annoyed with the other meeting is. Someone said I'm adamantly against gas, and that's not true. I'm against fracking, but I'm not against gas pipelines. However, I do have a problem with the pipeline traversing through everybody's land. That's wrong. Okay, you don't come, some industry doesn't come and say, I'm taking your land to put their pipeline there, you get nothing and they get profit. That's bull. That doesn't work. That's not, you just get robbed. So I'm asking the board if we could send a strong letter to Williams to redirect that pipeline down an already cut swath of land from Susquehanna County all the way up to Schoharie, where it's gonna get terminated, and that's called Interstate 88. I don't wanna hear rumbling this, the trucks, the pipeline's gonna fall apart. I already discussed this with them about 10 years ago, and actually have the plan, I give the plans to Lottie. I was brought up in Brooklyn. There are pipelines going across train stations, going along the FDR, they're going down the New Jersey Turnpike. I would really love the board to assist me in this, with this, and, let's write a letter to Cabot Williams. And, asking them to redirect that pipeline out of Sidney's private property, because it's our land. And send it down 88 where it belongs. It's a public right of way. Now, just understand something. I had a long conversation with Williams 10 years ago. And I think it was Russ Miller, I forget his name. But the cat came out of the bag because what they said is the DOT is gonna charge them too much rent for the pipeline. But they're gonna take our land so they don't have to pay anything. Part of my French, bull ass. I take that, no, that's wrong, that's just completely wrong, that's a take it, and you don't take land for some private industry. So once again, I'll write it. I'm just asking the board to join me in sending a letter to Williams to redirect that pipeline down 88 where it belongs. I'll make that motion.
I don't have a problem with you sending a letter. I mean, unfortunately, I don't know how much say.
Hey, I will assure you, I like writing letters.
Okay.
Can I get a second?
I'll make a second.
All in favor?
I'm
gonna abstain, just I'd like to see the letter first.
Okay, well, that's, the idea is to write the letter. That's
But
what-
really, you can write the letter and
Want me
then
to write the letter first?
you can write the letter and then we can motion to see if we can
Okay.
approve it, okay? That would be a better idea, because you really, that's kind of making a motion on a blind motion.
Yeah,
I just comment that by doing that letter, you are saying, I would think that you support a pipeline.
No, well, I don't, you know, for the last 25 years I've been sitting in Sydney. I've seen so many environmental disasters around the county. But it's really not, so for instance, Franklin, everybody was up in arms because of the windmills. You know, you got it, even in Guilford, everybody was up in arms because of the windmills. Unless you wanna go to a candlestick village, you need some sort of power. Am I wrong? You need to get your power from somewhere.
No matter where it comes from.
Right. So this transmission line, I'm gonna use that term strongly, transmission pipeline. That means it's transmitting gas from down south up Sidney, through all the other state, up to Harry County. They have this notion that, oh, well, they're gonna put gas in all these houses and over an F and all this stuff. No, they're not, because they had the plans, and there are absolutely no thoughts, or they're using it as a carrot, yes. Okay,
So you've got, like, you don't want gas going through people's land.
I don't want the pipeline going through people's land.
I don't want the windmill flickering the light in my house. So everybody's got their choices of what they
I'm
want.
gonna get to that too,
Everybody's got their choices what they want.
right, I get to that too. because
Yeah,
windmills-
I'd rather have the pipeline go through my land.
That's fine.
Yep.
We'll discuss this next month. I'm just bringing.
They say the worst part of the windmills is the flickering light. It drives you nuts.
Do you understand that?
It's also the micro vibrations that it creates that you don't realize until it's too late.
What's that?
Micro vibrations that it creates until it's too late.
That's what I mean. Everybody has a
Animals-
choice of
your
what they
animals
want.
Become
I don't want
crippled and
the
they can't walk anymore.
But that,
Do you realize,
windmills, those are increasingly being remedied.
that's my
They're
point.
Constantly coming up with technology.
Did you see this one
To
yet?
improve on that, so that's what I'm saying, I empathize with your situation if it's next to you. But the issue that is more at stake here is that we have to understand that these are alternatives. And if we don't start recognizing the alternatives and working to make sure the improvements on these alternatives can happen, if they can't, they can't. But with windmills, they are forever being. The
And
technology.
you're absolutely right, 100% right. They have windows that look like this,
Yeah, so.
and the wind shakes them. They don't stand, it's like a foam pole that sits there and it's on a spring, it shakes.
That's not what's going on up there.
Well, this is.
That's not what's going on around here.
Exactly, well, this is something we need to address.
Yes.
Okay?
Are they putting any up locally here?
They've been working on bases. They're working on bases.
So it's definitely gonna happen.
And I know a guy used to work on the windmills. He told me. It's all about oil. Get rid of the oil. Let's go this way. He said them heads in them things carry like 900 gallons of oil and it's gotta be changed every 6 months.
Yep. It's all perspective of
Even like
what your
solar panels,
situation.
you're trying to, break the the carbon footprint, you cut, you clear cutting forests, which really makes no sense. When I get my electric bill, it says, you saved 3 trees this month. Did I? You're cutting more trees down than 3. You know, so I don't see how that works. I'm all for renewable energy, again, I have it in my own home. But the problem with solar power up here south, where you good, up here, there is not enough sun. You have very, hydropower would work. You know, I would like to see, is John here, this should be put one by the dam. The hydropower would work. I don't have a problem with wind power if they change the technology. They have, this is really cool. They have these new, turbines that sit on your chimney. That spin this way, and that's right, and it says the smoke goes out of your chimney, it's spinning the
Oh, they're
turbine.
banning smoke, don't worry.
That's the heat.
Well, it's the heat, it's the convectionary wave that's
I
going up.
People that are, you don't have enough sun, but I too have a solar panel and we are breaking even. And so, so the issue really is, if 6 of one, half a dozen of another. So are we going to continue? I mean, here we are, we're getting on the fossil fuel issue. But are we gonna continue to have that? I mean, the bottom line is that having solar saves you money. I mean, it does. Ultimately, in the end, we have saved money. I don't know anybody, I shouldn't say that. You have saved, right?
I'm not sure, let me explain why.
I have saved.
No, I've saved, hang on a second. I watch my energy bills from June, July, August, and part of September. They drop, as a matter of fact, in August, I get a negative. But I'm still paying $70 a month, Gen to pay for the solar panels. So am I really saving?
$70? But that's a fee. Okay.
No, but think about it, if you're trying to get
did a
your
lot of
bill
thinking.
down.
I've done a lot of thinking. Nice they charge me $1,000 a month.
Oh, I got a story for that, hang on a second. What's up, Sheila?
I'm sorry.
Can
That's okay.
we
Yeah.
return to the topic
Oh, the pipeline?
of whatever to move the meeting forward? That would be
Oh, wait,
great.
you
We're
want-
gonna have the meeting, we're gonna have the public.
She wants to go out, get wet.
Yes.
It's raining outside. Where you going?
I just wonder, is this the venue for this conversation?
Oh,
Talking about
just-
like individual private solar
Yeah,
versus big
it's fine.
commercial solar, cause I thought that's what. the
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write a letter for us to approve next month regarding the rework and pipeline down 88. That pipeline is, again, do you know, and do you understand that a blast zone? And I had the fire department come to, when I used to have a house in Brooklyn, the fire department came to 71st Street because of the gas leak and punched out all the basement windows. Because the gas went into the house, there was a gas leak. Okay, the problem with the transmission line is no odor. So you don't know if it's actually leaking.
That's right.
That's the problem I have with that, and they're not gonna add an agent for the pipeline, so you can smell, they go over there with helicopters, look at it with guns to see if there's like anything coming out of it. And how often are they gonna do that? You know,
They're not.
okay, the other thing is, the other problem I have with this, I spoke to Eric about this. I spoke to Eric about this as well. I mean, if they say, hey, yeah, I wanna bring gas, I'll bring gas into the city, and where are we putting this compressor station? Okay, that sounds like a jet engine, although Cabot said it sounds like he's listening to your refrigerator all night long.
Well, it wasn't going to be in Sydney, it was going to be in Franklin.
Well,
That's.
You wanna
where the
talk?
compressor station- That's still, the route is still the same, and that's where it would be. Even though they've insisted that things have changed, there's still been, and it's still dangerous, period. But anyway, that's not for here.
do you love me again?
Can I just say, you're not gonna do so, you're not gonna be discussing this solar panel ban, right, that's.
No.
you're
We're not
just
banning
doing
solar
the-
panels. Oh my God, that's horrible.
You're just talking
We're
specifically
just talking
about
about one thing.
big external.
We're talking about battery storage.
Yeah, that's fine,
I'm talking about industry battery storage.
that's fine.
Like he said behind you,
I
it's
just-
96 acre battery
I
storage.
stand corrected, I thought that part of.
No, that's silly.
A solar project.
No, that's silly.
I stand corrected.
That's ridiculous. I'm sorry, I pissed off a lot of people, but that's all I got.
No, you did. All right, let's move on to East Sydney Lake.
Okay, here we go. John Nolan. Okay, operations. We have successfully installed some new access points for the Wi-Fi system to add coverage to the park. We've had some issues with the internet service coming into the park. Delhi Telephone came out on Saturday the 6th, and replaced some equipment that was defective. No issue since. Initial water samples for the 2026 camp season were sent out for testing on May 6th. It will continue through September. May 20th, water samples were sent and report was negative for any contaminants. That's John. Now for me, free fishing Saturday, June 27th and Sunday, June 28th. Anybody with a fishing pole should get it for free. That's my motion.
Do they need a license?
No,
Yes.
it's free fishing.
It's
June
statewide.
27th and June 28th.
Okay.
Is it, I think it's,
Free fishing now.
it's a free fishing,
The statewide.
the state.
Oh, is it?
It's a
Okay.
statewide fishing.
You're talking about East
No.
Sydney Dam.
It's free fishing.
Free fishing, yes.
Remember that DEC
You're
guy said?
right.
Frank said it's okay.
There comes on.
Okay, we'll move on to finance, and I'm not sure if I announced it last month, but our year-end financials are all submitted to the controller's office and are available online. for the New York State. Moving on to IT.
Well, he answered one of my questions. I was wondering if John got no access points, but they're already installed, so apparently he did.
That was his report.
I'm still working with, CrowdStrike. And you're on emails, actually. Are you reading them? Yeah, they're doing the entire state. So it's lagging a little bit, so I'm supposed to have a meeting with them on Tuesday. And take this to the next level, so that's all. Oh. What are we doing? What are we doing, Peggy? With the fax machine.
I didn't know that it.
I found out just now. She looked at me, she gave me double eyes and she said my fax machine not working.
Still.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it it's not the machine, it's
It's the
the,
voiceover, it.
but
What happened?
Oh, wait, I already knew, I heard about this the other day.
Yeah, I mean.
the first I assumed it was taken care of 2 months ago.
Yeah, cause I have, remember, it's right there on the meeting, I haven't heard, I heard him, but, I remember pulling me over from me, and I telling me, my application before, but it was half of the day, I didn't know what she was talking about. But, I'm not sure if Frontier still does this, or Verizon still does this, I strongly suggest go talk to the county and get them to put a piece of copper back there and pull out the ATA, because the ATA is not suited. It's not suitable. I mean, I get calls literally all day long, not just from here, from around the country. My fax machine stopped working. Because what it does is when you send me a fax, it's converting it from analog to digital. Then when it gets to the other side, it's going from digital to analog. And they crash. That's it. And it's like this big thorn in IT side that we always, and the real sick problem is they're pushing to get copper out of all the facilities. And the thing is some of the biggest agencies, IRS, still use fax machines. In order for you to send something to the IRS, they don't accept an email. They want you to fax it to them. I haven't had a fax machine since 2008.
Can't get viruses that way, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They're dinosaurs, they're behind the eight ball.
So do you wanna see if the county would bring, does the county do that?
I'm not sure what was the thing we just got today, the inspector, was there?
That's voice over IP.
Nothing, that's our voice, no, that has nothing to do with that.
I know.
I mean, we could go back to Frontier specifically just for that, I know, but did it work? And they're the ones who actually
Would you like me to call Frontier and find out?
see if it's available and
Yeah.
if they need it, then.
Yeah, because just put it, it'll just solve the problem. It'll just solve that, you won't get wanted, I won't get wanted, and she won't get wanted. So those, and it's $29 a month. It's the same cost as the rent we're paying.
Okay. I'm like, wait.
That's it.
Great.
So I'll be submitting the new Plays grant Monday before the deadline. Everything that we talked about last time. I just have a couple questions I have to clarify with Linda from county. And then we should be good to go.
Great.
So they've gone over to everything. They helped us out, with all the stuff, their parts that they had to do. And yeah, hopefully it works out.
Good. Very good, so two of them rolling. Okay, Doug. Doug, cool.
So. What's it called? Amy. Gave me some partial part of her report. She was gonna give me some more things there. She did have to go to, there are some like law updates for shelters again. I asked her to clarify what exactly those were. Did she send it to you?
No, but you got that, I gave you that resolution about the donations they're gonna,
Oh, yeah.
that's something that that can be tabled until
Okay.
next month, but we
Okay.
have to do that next month.
Okay.
It's I didn't actually read it all, but it's for the ag and marketing that does our dog licenses, all towns have been doing it.
Mhm.
Where they're asking for people that have dogs, if I understand it correctly, and please don't come back at me on this one, but it's to, when you do your license, you can actually do donations to ag and marketing, which goes towards,
Shelters,
pardon?
the shelters.
Yeah, for the shelters. So, I'm not up and run, I don't have it in place, we don't have it all in place through all of our programs, but that is something that we're gonna have to do, and I apologize, I forgot about that, and she brought it up. But we'll bring it up next month.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll have the list of whatever updates. It mostly affects like the foster homes and stuff like that for animals. So it's not really with you guys, but
I think that's what it has part of it.
Sure. That's it.
Very good. Justice.
Nope, nothing here, just
We're gonna have an executive session after. Okay. All right, any new business? Business, got enough. Unfinished business. Okay. Comments from the floor. Yes.
Last meeting, the Zoom wasn't working.
Yeah, I checked it out, he was logging on to, YouTube. From the Zoom, it's working right now, but he was logging on
They get
YouTube
it.
with his private account, not Sidney's account. That's why I got
Okay, so
permission
I
to
just wanted to ask, does Sidney have its own account?
Sidney will have his own account.
Because it would be great to be able to have Zoom working when you, even when you're.
You do realize that I think Sidney is probably one of the only towns that have video conferencing.
And I will say from the county, that this thing works way better than anything else that I've seen. It's
There's so much more, I'm just swamped. There is so much more I wanna do with this. I still have to get to the hospital, install this little device so he can watch his video, his cameras online. Well, there's a lot, so I'm spread thin with this.
Right.
This is a full-time job. And then these letters I gotta write to keep everybody happy. And you're talking about Zoom? Really?
Yeah,
But it was, yeah, right, where you.
Go to her.
And the video is out there.
Oh.
I captured and I put it out there. What's up, bud?
Playing the violin for you.
Oh, I used to like you.
All right, so.
Oh, wait a minute.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
There's some concern in Sydney Center about the oil tank in the old school and that the current owners are perhaps not doing the required, testing. And
Okay.
apparently it's like it was super full. What is what avenue?
Worth a fortune now.
I don't think it's ever been checked since they bought the place.
Wow.
I know there's a problem with the foot valve.
Or,
I know there's a problem with the foot valve. Cause when they used to be JMRCS, I had to go up there and restart that thing 5 times a day to keep it from freezing in the winter time. I don't know what the new owners are doing. I don't even know if they use the oil in the winter time. It's probably just freezing up.
Well, I think the concern is they're not doing the testing and people are worried that it's gonna leak into
And
the
rightfully so.
water system.
So something we can go and look at or do we
Or
not
is
have?
there-
Thinking,
The DEC issue?
I would say
I'm
that.
wondering, well, no, they won't get involved until it leaks.
Right.
We can consult them, we can ask them.
Do we know how to?
Don't we, aren't we supposed to have like some?
underground, they gotta have certain testing, certain amount of years. Yeah, but that's DEC, right?
Yeah, but they should
have
records of it if it hasn't been done, and
DEC should be
Yeah, you would think.
you won't have to do it every 3 or 3 years.
Nate had to do it.
So I would recommend maybe talking to Stanford. Because I can't think of anything that would trigger anything I can do.
If it's underground and it's metal, you gotta have cathodic testing every year.
Meter root
That's
system.
just.
You're
a
also
state
supposed to.
Meter root.
That would be like a state requirement.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. These
And that's where the records go back to the DEC.
Right.
They should have something on it. So
Absolutely.
somebody just probably give them a wake up call or something.
Yep.
Are they doing anything with that building? Or just sitting there?
It's
It's
just,
been sitting there.
that building is probably shot by now.
Yeah.
It was shot when I was dealing with it.
The internal, the internal part of that building has got black mold.
It's totally molded out, yeah.
I mean, it's it's terrible in there. You can walk up and just look in the windows and see what kind of a filthy mess it is.
So how do we address this?
I mean, the neighbors trying to mold them.
It's being, yeah, no, it is. I mean, I guess we can find out, Nate, you've got a number for,
Well,
who normally
I'm
contact
thinking-
you?
Isn't that under the county?
No, that's privately owned.
That's privately
I
owned.
don't pay the tax.
Yeah.
LLC.
Well, I'm saying,
That's what you,
Frank,
that's
what
what you
happened?
worry about is
Just
just
take the
buildings
tax.
like that.
And how long?
3 years.
Over 3 years.
See, the
Yeah.
county will take it over.
it's
Counties can't sell
DEC.
what they got. Counties can't-
Yeah, but
Not less than the county.
Because maybe they're just not seeing it in their paperwork or something, but it's just how it works.
I'll.
They
ask-
usually get a
I'll
hold of
ask
you.
The county, somebody will know. I'm sure this is the first time. I know they've had all sorts of things. They had one they had to foreclose on that was, they had a bunch of horses and what have you that the county had to deal with for a while. So, but I
And
can
then
find out.
there's licenses you gotta have for underground tanks. It's like, what, 5 years or something?
And there's permits that you have to adhere to through the state.
Yes, I mean, I know from having lived downstate, we had county mandates when you had tanks, you had to remove them oil tanks had to be removed at a certain point. And then people were saying, well, how do you know that? And then they just said, because it's a state mandate.
Well,
It's being kicked down to the county level. So basically what you could be doing is just trying to ask somebody on a county level, what recourse, where can we start with this? Is there a recourse?
Good point.
Short of, because you're right, they're a landowner, it's somebody that owns it, but they may have to have there may be an obligation, you know?
Right.
To me,
That's what that cathodic testing is telling you when it's deteriorating.
Right.
So when it starts to get down to a certain point, either you dig it up, there's these bags that are down there, you put new bags, and then you're to the point, okay, I got it dug up, you switch the tank. And that's probably none of that's being done.
Because the neighbors are mowing the lawn too, just.
Oh, I'm sure.
Really?
they're trying.
And it's a big, yeah.
If it's a metal tank, if it's plastic, it's a whole different story.
I'm sure it's metal.
Yeah.
I mean, that, it's sitting there and actually, I don't even know whether the taxes are even being paid onto it or not.
Frank says no.
No, they're not.
Public road.
And so that's abandoned, promise, parcel,
Public knowledge.
after X number of years, it should be documented as being abandoned.
Yeah, it's, according to with COVID, the auctions that they ran on foreclosures for several years, but they're gonna do a lot of catching up this year, so.
Year's half over.
They're gonna start doing a couple of years at a time.
What does the town do when they don't pay the taxes? They just let it go? Or?
Technically, the county actually has to.
We don't write them the letter?
No,
County does it, they make us whole and.
the county makes it whole.
counties. But I will get an answer and I'll find out. who-
Thank you, I will let them know. There was a lot of concern. And I'm like, let me see what we can find out.
It's a huge concern. It sits up on a hill, it's just gonna go down the hill.
Yep.
I think even if they had to pump it out, there's guys that have those oil burners that even if it's old fuel.
It'll run in my
There's a lady.
It'll run in my
that's
tractor.
EDC in this area, so it's a girl, I can remember her name.
Okay. Were you ever approached by them or, I didn't.
Why what, the DEC?
Yeah, or,
Well, no, like before we took this tank out, I called them, I said, what are the steps I gotta do or whatever? I.
no, but who contacted you every year? Remember we used to have to hire. the
Cathodic
engineer?
testing, it was a guy out of Greenville, I don't think he does it anymore. He was getting to the end. And then when we took the tank out, when things are above ground, we don't have to do that.
Well, was he the only one that contacted or was there someone from the south?
No, he contacted us. And all the reports go to the state or DEC.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome. And I will have a answer for you at the next meeting or try. All right. I guess any more comments from the floor? And if not, we're gonna go into a brief executive session to discuss an employee matter. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
We won't be voting anything when we.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, go ahead, John. Oh, she lets ball.
We'll figure that out. Which phone is it?
That one,
Well,
I don't know which one.
you have Dan's phone. Oh, which phone number did you have?
I'll second it.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on, I got it. Okay, 8:30, okay, out, who did it, Eric and Paul?
Everybody knows Dan's retired, right?
When's his official
August
gone?
31st.
Gotcha.
All have a little party for
Okay,
Oh, I think he
motion.
was doing it like
to adjourn?
December
Yep, I'll make that
He
motion.
said he'll be easy
Seconding
now.
it.
I'll second.
Oh,
All in
wow.
favor?
So, shoot,
I don't know
All in
that.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
anyways.
We'll have